This is everything, and I mean everything you need to know about the number 8 position. If you're a number 8, or if you know someone else who's a number 8, make sure to send them this video. So this player right here is involved in the team's build-up phase right here, and also the attacking phase, making things happen, chance creation. So for example, when this centre-back has the ball here, this number 8, if you're a number 8 on the side of your centre-back who has the ball, instead of running to the ball and asking for the ball, you stay away from the ball. Why do you do that? Is to open up that space to create the diamond. You're basically at the top of the diamond. If you notice your number 6, your number 2, you're the number 5, and you. Look, you've created a diamond. Just like this right here. Now, when you're at the top of the diamond, your aim is to move a couple of yards side to side. Either this way or that way to be that passing option. And that is very, very important. Because the moment you say, okay, now I want the ball, the moment you enter the diamond, that's when you're collapsing the diamond and you're suffocating the space. Your priority should be to stay away from the ball as much as possible to allow your centre-back to drive with the ball forward. And then as they drive, there'll be a moment where there's an opposition pressing like that, and that's when you move to receive the ball either on this side of the opposition or on this side of the opposition, just like that. Then you can turn and play forward. So you're operating in what we call the half space. It goes from this here up to here. This is what you call the half space. Your priority should be to dominate this area as much as possible, winning your 1v1 battles when the ball is loose and it's just bouncing around. This is your area, this is your corridor, to be the police officer and the leader of this area right here. So in possession, can you get the ball as far as possible in this corridor? If you have to drop deep, that's fine. So when you drop deep, you don't drop like that. You drop at angles just to allow that triangular pass. The moment you drop vertically, what? You get the ball with your back to goal, and then what? You're going to play backwards. You're going to attract pressure. What you need to do is you drop sideways, so then you can create a triangle with your number 6. So that could be the ball goes to your number 6 and then to you, or to you, then to your number 6. And whilst that is happening, when you've dropped deep into this area here, that pushes your fullback high. Your winger can tuck in, and you've allowed that triangular rotation. Toni Kroos at Real Madrid does this so many times. When he does it on the left hand side, that's Ferland Mendy going very high. That's Vinicius Junior tucking inside, and the number 10 would be Toni Kroos, who drops in there. And he gets the ball and dictates play from the deeper areas. And yet he's a number 8 on paper. But look where he's receiving the ball. So in the modern game, your role as a number 8 varies. It's all about the game state, reading the game, interpreting the game, understanding, okay, where does my team need me to be? If my team are dominating possession, I don't need to drop in and, do what my number 6 and my centre-backs are doing. Why don't I push up and operate in this corridor? Maybe interchange with my striker, interchange with my winger, why not? Maybe double up with my winger. So for example, there'll be moments where your fullback makes that unselfish run to open up space, the ball goes into your winger, and you do an overlapping run. You do an underlapping run as your winger gets the ball. You're the facilitator in attack and in the build-up phase. You're the link. Now that was to do when the ball is with your near side centre-back, prioritising staying away, shuffling horizontally a few yards, interchanging with your striker, swapping out with your fullback. When the ball is on the far side now, all the way on the other side, your priority is to be the outlet. What does that mean? As your centre-back gives it to the left-back, then drops off, gets it back, then gives the ball to your number 6. Number 6 gives it to number 10. Number 10 drops off to number 3, into number 7, back to number 3. As your team is doing that, instead of being dragged to the ball, which brings more pressure, you're staying away because you know that you're the outlet. So there'll be a moment where it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Your number 6 turns. You have so much space because the opposition have been drawn to this side, obviously. Then you get the ball on your back foot, and then you just aggressively drive with the ball. Maybe you slide in your striker. Maybe you switch it back out to your winger on the far side to the number 7 or to your number 11. And then, for example, as you've passed it to the number 11, you make that underlapping run that Kevin De Bruyne does. Maybe you get the ball, maybe you don't. But even if you don't get the ball, look at the space for your winger to cut inside as well. So when the ball's on the far side and your team are building, you do not need to be magnetised or dragged to the ball. You stay where you are, realising that I am the outlet. You're calling for the ball. Hopefully your team and you are on the same page, knowing that if we're building on the left, bang, 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 our outlet is you on the far side. That's very, very important. And that doesn't mean you have to stay high. That means you could drop deeper, but you're still far away from the play, because perhaps your fullback has gone very high, your winger has tucked inside. So you need to be the link, once again, from the defensive phase, from the build-up phase to the attacking phase. So you could stay here. If your number 6 has the ability to play that reverse pass, that's fine. If you think, okay, maybe I should drop deeper here, no problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, blah, 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 boom, bang. As you get the ball, can we be very aggressive in making this overload count? Because if the opposition have been drawn to this side in this way, if they're trying to win the ball back, it's just a matter of time before you're the outlet. So this number 1 could be the striker, this number 3 could be the number 10. These two, number 4 and 6, are the two centre defensive midfielders, and that's the winger, for example. So they're trying to press the ball, and that number 2 is the right back. So they're trying to press the ball, but you're passing it around, and then there'll be a moment where the number 6 is able to turn. You need to be that option to get the ball and aggressively drive forward and make it count. Something else you could do as well is rotate with your number 6 and your number 10. So in that midfield 3, can you trigger a rotation? For example, when your centre backs are passing the ball and your left back and your right back are getting involved and passing the ball around the back. For example, it's a very aggressive man marking situation where they're marking you very closely together like that. You need to be able to swap positions and lose your markers. So that could mean, let's say this is you, the number 8. The ball is with your near side centre back. As the ball is being transferred, maybe you drop into that space, your number 6 swaps. Bang. Until they realise what's happened, there'll be a moment where the situation is like this. You've got the ball. Now you have pressure, but now it's down to you to take a touch in the space and then try and make things happen, to dictate play. So it means you need to have the ability of the number 6 as well and the number 10. You're in the middle. You're the facilitator on both sides of the pitch. And that could mean maybe you play a bounce pass to your number 10, you shuffle across, you get the ball back. Then as you have pressure like this, your number 10 moves out of the way, dragging this player out, then your winger drops in. Maybe it's like that, and then into your number 6 who can turn and play. And guess what? If there's a goal coming from that situation, you're not getting an assist on the stats, you're not getting anything. But if someone's watching with enough football intelligence, they would know that that goal has happened because of you. Because you decided to rotate, drop in, play a bounce pass, draw the opposition towards you, then you play that ball ahead into that number 7 who's dropped into the pocket. So important. And what's very important is that you operate in these squares when your team are settled in play. What does that mean? When your centre backs are camping on the edge of their own centre circle like this, and your fullbacks have pushed up very high, your wingers have tucked inside like that, and let's say this is your shape in possession. You have your centre backs, your number 6, your number 10 here, your number 7 inside. Now obviously you have the rest of the other team's formation like that, so your priority should be to operate in this square right here. This is where your joy exists as that number 8, right here. Centre back, left winger, left centre mid. You operate in this area. No one is able to comfortably mark you, because if this number 4 wants to mark you, your centre back can play the ball into your number 9. If this winger wants to closely mark you, your fullback gets the ball freely with no pressure. If this centre back wants to mark you tight, look at that space for your number 9 to run in, or for your winger to run into. If this left back marks you, the number 11 is free to get the ball over the top. So you are in no man's land. No one exactly knows how to mark you, or no one knows who should be marking you, because the moment they mark you, they've left space, and defending teams prioritize the space over the player when they are sitting in their block. They're very happy for the players to rotate here, no problem. Number 10, drop here, no problem. Number 2, come there, no problem. That's away from their goal. But the moment you say, you know what, I am just going to stand in this square, even if that means you literally stand there, you'll see the problems that it causes. Your centre backs, your centre midfielders pass the ball here. There'll be a moment where, let's say the number 7 wants to press you, number 10 decides to press you, number 4 wants to press you, but guess what? Remember what we spoke about the diamond? You are literally at the top of the diamond. Look at number 5, number 6, number 2, and yourself. You're the top of the diamond. You're not running to the ball. You're moving left or right to be that option. So in this case, it would be here. As this number 4 is pressing, you get the ball on your back foot. Now look at this. Big problems. The number 9 could make a run here. You either feed in the number 9 or use the number 9 as a decoy to drop the shoulder, cut inside, sending the centre back this way. Then you have a bit of space as the opposition are shuffling across to have a shot on goal. even to slide in your number 7 through that gap there. So you operating in that square causes so many problems. It's just such a dangerous place to collect the ball. You could even get the ball on your back foot here and then play it to your number 11, make that underlapping run, maybe receive the ball back, and then you can make those cutbacks or the crosses into the far post for your opposite winger or even to your opposite fullback who could be making a run there. So that position is just extremely important. You look at the best players in the world in that number 8 position. They operate in that square. Ozil, David Silva, Isco, Pedri, Kevin De Bruyne, Foden. I can go on forever. Messi, Iniesta, Xavi. Whenever they wanted to really make things happen, they would drift into that little pocket and just ask the question. Neymar as well. They would ask the question. All you're doing is you're standing there. You're not speaking. You're not literally asking the question, but you're saying, hey, I'm standing here. I could get the ball. And when I get the ball right here, I'm going to cause problems. And another very important aspect of your game is your ability to switch play where necessary. So there'll be times where your near side centre-back has the ball. It's going into your your right back. It comes back. It goes in there. It goes back. Then you say, you know what? Let me drop deep, push my fullback higher. Now, as you do that, there's a bit of confusion between the centre midfielders marking you and the winger. And then as you get the ball, let's say you get pressure. Maybe you just take one touch out and you just switch it to the other side. Because suddenly, the opposition would have shifted across just a bit like that. So then the space is on the far side. Can you effectively hit that diagonal pass all the way to your winger on the far side or to your number 3, to your left back on the far side as well? And just by doing that, you've added another aspect to your game. So you could play those quick 1-2 combinations with your number 6, with your right back, with your right winger, with your striker even. So at times, when your near side centre back has the ball, as we said, you create that diamond with your centre midfielder, with the right back, and then as you get the ball here, with pressure like that, a first time around the corner, you flick it into your number 9 and then you follow your pass. You get the ball back and then you have your left winger, your left back, your number 10 making forward runs. You can either use them or you just use them as a decoy and you have a shot on goal. So that run is very, very important. The run around the corner. So the pass and the run around the corner. As you get the ball, maybe your number 6 gives you the ball. Maybe your right back, your winger gives you the ball. As you get the ball, you've already checked your shoulder, so you know what's happening. First touch into the number 9, and then you follow your pass. As you follow your pass, when you get the ball back, that's when you can make things happen. Preferably, if you're left-footed and you can play right centre midfield, right-sided number 8, it's very effective, just like Martin Odegaard. But even if you're right-footed playing as a right-footed number 8, you can still do it. Your centre-back gives you the ball, use your right foot outside of the boot. Outside, flick, run into your pass. As your number 11, for example, gives you the ball, first touch, right foot, into your number 9, then you run into the pass. Very, very key details that if you add to your game, you'll be so effective. Honestly, you'll be a game changer. Because there'll be moments in games where, you know, you're playing easy 3-touch, 4-touch, 2-touch football, 1, 2, 3. Then, can you speed it up by doing 1 and then running into your pass? If you can do stuff like that as well, if you can add that to your game, you'll see things that you'll be doing that you'll just be like, wait, how am I able to do that? It's because you're thinking 2 steps ahead. The number 5 here, the number 3 here, they don't really know what you're thinking. So you use that to your advantage as you get the ball, first touch, flick, run into your pass, and then make things happen like that. So that concludes everything you need to know about the number 8, one of the most important positions in the modern game. Now drop in which position I should do next. Peace!